Every year, humans cut down 15 billion trees. It's like cutting down a forest the size of Panama each year. Our actions have pushed the Earth to its limits. The news is full of wildfires, floods, and hurricanes. These disasters are getting more frequent and severe. Our planet cannot sustain this abuse much longer. If we continue on this path, we risk losing everything. The following sections will explore how we have harmed the environment. Understanding these impacts is the first step to change. Deforestation is one of the greatest threats to our planet. Trees produce oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide. They provide habitats for countless species. Yet, we cut them down at an alarming rate. The Amazon rainforest is shrinking. Every minute, we lose an area of forest the size of 40 football fields. This destruction accelerates climate change and leads to the loss of biodiversity. The animals and plants that live in these forests face extinction. Indigenous communities lose their homes and way of life. They are often forced into poverty and displacement. Pollution is another major threat to our environment, affecting every corner of our planet. It takes many forms, from plastic waste to toxic chemicals, each posing unique dangers. These pollutants contaminate our air, water, and soil, creating a toxic environment for all living beings. Plastic pollution, in particular, has become a global crisis that demands urgent attention. Every year, millions of tons of plastic end up in the oceans, causing widespread environmental damage. This waste harms marine life, entangling creatures and disrupting ecosystems. Animals mistake it for food and ingest it, leading to injury, starvation, and often death. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a stark reminder of this problem, a floating mass of debris. Air pollution is also a serious issue, affecting both urban and rural areas. Factories and vehicles release harmful gases into the atmosphere, contributing to smog and acid rain. These pollutants cause respiratory diseases and contribute to global warming, exacerbating climate change. Water pollution affects drinking water supplies and aquatic ecosystems, threatening biodiversity. We must reduce our reliance on plastics and chemicals to mitigate these harmful effects. Transitioning to cleaner energy sources such as wind and solar power will help protect our health and the environment for future generations. Overconsumption is at the heart of our environmental crisis. We use resources faster than the Earth can replenish them. This leads to depletion and destruction. The demand for resources drives deforestation and mining. Forests are cleared for agriculture and logging. Mountains are stripped for minerals. Our consumption creates vast amounts of waste. Landfills are overflowing with discarded goods. Much of this waste is not biodegradable. Food waste is another issue. A significant portion of the food we produce is never eaten. We must rethink our consumption patterns and adopt sustainable practices. It is time to live within our means and respect the Earth's limits. The consequences of inaction are terrifying. Climate change is accelerating at an unprecedented rate. Sea levels are rising, threatening coastal regions. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, floods, and wildfires are becoming more common and more severe. These changes threaten communities and ecosystems around the world, putting countless lives at risk. Coastal cities could be submerged, displacing millions of people and causing economic devastation. Agricultural lands could become deserts, leading to food shortages and loss of livelihoods for farmers. The frequency and intensity of natural disasters, such as earthquakes and tsunamis, will increase, causing widespread destruction. This will lead to significant loss of life and livelihoods. Biodiversity loss will continue at an alarming rate. More species will go extinct, disrupting ecosystems and the balance of nature. Pollution and climate change contribute to respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, affecting millions of people. Water and food shortages will lead to malnutrition, hunger, and conflict over scarce resources. The social and political stability of many regions will be at risk, leading to potential conflicts and unrest. We must act now to mitigate the damage, reduce emissions, and protect our future for the generations to come. We are at a crossroads, a pivotal moment in history where our decisions will shape the destiny of our planet. The choices we make now will determine the future of our planet, influencing the lives of countless generations to come. We have the power to change our trajectory, to steer away from destruction and towards a sustainable future. We need to reduce our carbon footprint drastically to combat climate change and its devastating effects. This means transitioning to renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower. which are cleaner and more sustainable. We must protect and restore forests, which are vital for absorbing carbon dioxide and maintaining biodiversity. Sustainable agriculture and fishing practices are essential to preserve our ecosystems and ensure food security. Reducing waste and recycling should become a way of life, minimizing our impact on the environment. Education and awareness are crucial, empowering individuals to make informed decisions and take meaningful action. Governments and businesses need to lead by example, implementing policies and practices that prioritize the planet. Individuals can make a difference by making eco-friendly choices, such as using reusable items and reducing plastic use. The time for action is now. We cannot afford to wait any longer to address these pressing issues. Future generations depend on us to protect the Earth, ensuring they inherit a healthy and thriving planet. Let's take responsibility and act with urgency for the sake of our planet and all its inhabitants.